Hello, happy Friday, and welcome back to Talk Yarning to Me. I am Zuri once again, and I just wanted to come on and give a little update on what's been going on in my yarning, crafting, knitting, crochet world. Um, Before I get started, I want to give a huge thank you to my new friend Crystal at Chronically Crocheting. She she was kind enough to shout me out on her channel, and it generated some traffic over here. So I'm pretty sure everyone that's here found me through her, but just on the off chance you stumbled upon me yourself, I'll link her below. I really enjoy her channel. She does a lot of like little amigurumi stuff that's really cute. She gave me a great idea for a blanket because she used the exact same yarn and the exact same color that I've got sitting out in my garage for the last year. So we'll get started on that eventually, pretty soon. And she's got a really nice, sweet spirit. I like watching her, and she's really enthusiastic about just everything. So a huge thank you to her. Like I'll say for the millionth time, she did not have to do that, and so really enjoy meeting new people now. It's extra scary now because I'm like, oh wow, people are watching. It's one thing if I'm rambling to myself, but it's a whole other thing if I'm rambling to a handful of people that were kind enough to subscribe. But thank you for subscribing. And if you are just finding me now and you'd like to subscribe or like a few videos or anything, I would appreciate that. But really, I'm just here to get it all out there because no one in my life cares about crafting. So it's Friday night. I'm actually working on this granny square blanket that I was showing you guys last time, using up all of the abandoned yarn from my temperature blanket from 3 years ago. And I'll stand up and show you. We've come a long way. So, back up. Can you see that? Let me panorama it. So this is like what, the 6th or 7th color that I've gotten through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, right? And I love how like autumnal it is. It's really pretty. I'm seriously considering stopping it here because all the rest of my colors are like, I have like some blues and some lavenders and just like kind of cooler colors. But I also kind of really want a blanket that's big enough for me to like curl up on the couch. Right now it's like, it's bigger than a lap blanket. Like right now I'm sitting down here. I'm 5'2.5", 3. Like if I hold it up like this, it's kind of like going down almost to my toes. But I like to wrap up in a blanket. Like I want a cocoon, a whole cocoon. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and finish it. I really like, especially when I got like from this is called Dark Sage, and then this is Pumpkin, and this is Autumn Red. But especially like I love this combination. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something else with just this at some point. But I was like, okay, I was hoping once I got through the red, it would be like big enough to, a little bit bigger, but oh well. And it's so funny. So I was doing the, see, I gotta wave in all these ends. I should turn around. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I was doing the pumpkin, right? And I'm coming around and it's getting really close. It was like, this much. And I was like, oh, well, it's more than that. But I was like, oh, man, I hope I can make it back around. I'm just looking, I'm gauging, I'm looking. I was like, I think I might, just a whole yarn chicken, right? And I got to, so here's where it starts. Right here is like where I change colors, or like where the round ends. And this is where I ran out of yarn. So I was like, okay, I can just go ahead and start the white, and I'll just have this one little kind of double row of white for just a couple of little sections. And I was like, but it'll haunt me forever. Like, I'm far from a perfectionist, but I'm an engineer by trade. Well, I'm an engineer. And so I'm a math brain, so patterns have to make sense, and like they have to be consistent. Got a lot of glare. And so I was like, it's just gonna drive me crazy if I have this one little place where it doesn't connect up. And so I had to go digging, and I just happened to find a pretty good. Like from here, you can't tell the color difference. There's a slight color difference, but they're both pumpkin. But if you look, the texture is very different. So this is like a little bit of a fuzzy yarn, like a little bit of a halo. This is Karen Simply Soft. Actually, I have the other one right here. It's a Yarn Bee Tender Touch. So you see like Simply Soft and Yarn Bee. So very different, slightly different textures. A little bit, I don't know if it's thicker, but definitely like looser spun. But for the purpose of this is probably still gonna haunt me for the rest of my life that I have these like three little wedges of inconsistent texture. But maybe by the time I'm like 80, I'll have forgotten about it. So I'm going around now. I was like playing with fire because I was getting ready to do the exact same thing with this red. And I was like, well, okay, let me just see. Because in the orange part, there's a lot of spots where I accidentally did like four double crochets. I even found a couple that has like 5 double crochets. So I was like, maybe because I just was so, I wasn't paying attention, I overused the orange. Maybe that's why I couldn't get all the way around. So I started to go around one more time with the red. But then I was like, no, it's never going to make it. So I repped it back and I started out with the white again. What did I just do with my hook? Did I drop it? I just had it, right? I'm not crazy. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I feel it. It's in my lap. And so I'm going to go through the white. And then I had to go to Walmart and get a 6.5 hook to work on the next Bod Hadapalooza hat. Because I have a little set, but for some reason I don't have a 6.5. So I was like, let me just run out and get a cheap 6.5 hook. And I was like, while I'm there, I'll just get some more white yarn. Because originally what I was going to do is like, I'll just go until I run out of white. And then I'll just go straight into the next colors after that. But once again, my math brain, the pattern has to keep going. Like, so I can't start off doing white in between and then switch it up. So I was like, this is just Mainstay Anti-Pilling. Which, once again, for one now, like, next to an actual white, I can definitely see that this is technically off-white. But they didn't have off-white. At least, maybe I didn't even think to look for off-white. So, I just grabbed this. I don't think it's going to matter too much, like, once it's all together in the blanket. And that I don't care as much about. It'll do. So, that. So, that's what I'm working on. The hook down right here, and then it's right in front of me. I forgot it where it was again. So there's that, and then the other blanket is my friend's 90s blanket and knit. I feel like I'm about halfway done. So here we are. I'm gonna get back a little. So this is where I'm knitting right now. All right, so these 3 sides, like, you see, trying to make the right angles. So you have one side here, and then the bottom, and then coming up here, and then I'm finishing. So once I'm done with this, what I'm knitting now, it's gonna connect into a right angle. And you can see the approximate size. So I feel like this is about halfway. And I think I'm maybe like, how many more I got in there? I'm about halfway, and I got about 4. I got about 4 skeins left, so 2 of each about. So I think, I feel like it's harder because it's harder to say because now, like, the next triangle I do will be this whole side. So it'll be probably picking up about 130 stitches and working up. So each side will be 130. So it's going to take quite a bit, but it'll also be a good size triangle. So we'll see. If I may have to buy some more. I don't know. But I really like the way, like, now that we are in the bigger triangles, like, you can see like the swirls of color more consistently. So I really like the way that it's coming out. I think it's cool, like, just random enough but also consistent enough. I think she'll like it. My friend, she's my college roommate. She's actually also an engineer. So I think she will appreciate that. My lips are really dry. Chapstick here, right? Sorry. So that's cool. And then the other thing I've been working on, I have not worked on that little baby blanket this week. Or I did. I worked on it maybe over the weekend. But I didn't get very far. I worked on it quite a bit and got probably ready to do the next row of yellows. But I did work on a couple of crochet hats using the, I guess there's a bunch of channels doing, they call it Bod Hatapalooza. I want to say Mad Mimi's channel, Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, I believe the name is, like, the spearheading it. And I'm like weeks behind, or maybe a week behind, and I haven't even done them all, but I did do the last couple. And so this was the first one. This is the one that I felt like wouldn't have room. It would be like too tight on my head. It wouldn't have room for my hair because there's no stretch to it. See, because you cast on from the bottom, or you chain from the bottom. It's bottom up. But I finished it, and here it is. I actually don't think I needed the extra room. So here's the extra room. I can kind of pull it down a little. And I don't like it when it like gets too slouchy. You can see like at the back it kind of, I don't know, but it does have the room. Like, it's okay, and it looks good. I like it. This is Red Heart stripes in the color Hot Sauce, and I like that you can see the ombre. So it's good. I don't love the little point at the top, but I mean, I went like a little bit extra. I went like, so it's a row of clusters and then a row of single crochet. So I just did I did one more row of clusters and one more single crochet before I started decreasing. And so there's that. And then I did the next week's one, which is this hat. I think this hat is called Rain Must Fall. And then this one, I don't remember if it had a name. I don't remember, but it's like, what are these called? Puff stitches. So puff stitches, and then a row, and then like a few rows of back posts, single crochets, some more puffs, some more back posts. And this actually went really well. I really like doing this. The only thing is that every time I got into the back post single crochet section, somehow I was picking up stitches. So I started here with 36 puffs. Then you do like single crochet in the puff and then single crochet in the chain space in between them. And so you end up with 17 stitches when you're doing the back post single crochets. And by the time I got to the end here, I was at like 79 or 81 stitches or something. And so I just did the puffs. It's a few extra. But then when I got down here, I decreased back down to 72. And then somehow by the time I got down here, I was back up to like 78. So I don't know what I was doing, how I ended up decreasing. I like was marking I had a little stitch marker at my first stitch and everything. I don't know. So then when I just did like this last row of single crochets down here, I think I did an extra row of single crochets to like, that had decreases like back down to 72. But I mean, so it's still, it looks a little wonky. Like if you just hold it, this looks a little wonky, but on, I feel like it looks good and it fits well. It's still a little loose here. I feel like a little looser here than I would love, but you see it doesn't, and it, like it's kind of flaps up. I don't know, but I think that's just it's trying to accommodate for shape of my hair and all that. But I like it. They both came out good. I don't know. They washed up so soft. Like I said, value yarn, man. Excuse my hair. I'm about to put one of these hats back on. You see the size difference, though. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if I crochet loose or tight or what, but, you know, I don't know. I don't think this is the exact gauge it's meant to be, but it fits. They both fit really well. I'm going to put this one on because I feel like fixing my hair. But that's what's going on. So yeah, I'm really happy. I think I'm gonna keep working these. Like I said, I'm not definitely never gonna ever finish on time. I'm gonna use that same Yarn Bee yarn for the next hat, which is like a She has that chocolate bonbon beadie. It's that one, but it's in a 5-weight instead of a 4, which is why I had to go out and get a 6.5 hook, because that's what she called for in the tutorial. So I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna try to keep up, do all the weeks. I'm gonna do a few more of these too, because I really like both of them. So as I get time, I'm gonna try to do a few more of these. I got like a whole lot of one-off, like Super Saver ombres like this, but different colors. I got like the teal blue one. I got a bunch of different ones. I got like Karen Jumbos too, a bunch of those, like one-off colors, not a whole bunch. Like, as I had this brilliant idea a couple years ago, to make pillows, because I made pillows for my cousin and her family for Christmas. And I was like, if this works out good, I'll just, I can do that. I can just do pillows, and that can be like my little, I can sell them or whatever. But I never got around to doing that. So I got a whole bunch. I collected a bunch of different colors, and then I never did anything with them. So they're not enough to do a whole lot with outside of like hats and scarves and things. So I'm like, I'll just use those to practice. So I'll do, like, go through all the hat tutorial, like the hat thing for Bada Hatapalooza or whatever. Even if I don't actually participate in the hashtag, just to do it for practice. And then most of them I'll probably donate. This one, I feel like these first few are just wonky enough that I don't want to give them away, even give them away. Maybe I will still, but probably not this one, because this one's big. It's fine for me. I don't know. Like, someone else might just, who knows. So we'll see. But most of them I'll probably donate. I think toward the end of the year, I'll find somewhere local to donate them, and that'll kind of be a goal for the year, is to do that. So that is what's going on. So what we got coming up, or what I got coming up, is I'm gonna try, I don't know about this weekend, because we got our Valentine's Day date this weekend, but I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can on this weekend. It's getting heavy. I'm gonna try to talk myself into adding all the rest of the colors, because if not, I'm gonna have to find another project. I got like 1, 2, probably 4 or 5 other balls of this Karen Simply Soft. If I put it all in one blanket, then that's it, and then they're gone out of my stash. I'm like actually keeping track of how much I use out of the stash. Like, so that's 7 balls almost down. But some of it's gone, like where I couldn't finish the round, and it's going in the scraps. But I'm gonna count them as like 7 balls down, 8 actually, because I'm about to use up that white. And then yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to work on that. I gotta go back to the baby blanket, and I want to finish this triangle, and then hopefully this weekend I'll have time to do like the whole next side, so all 4 of the next sides, and then I'll have a really good idea of like how big it's gonna be, if I'm gonna really need more yarn, etc. And we're gonna try to do at least one more hat with I got a couple colors of this. My son had to go to a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and I actually expected it to be all day, but it ended up being more of an intake, and we've got to go back a couple times for the actual assessments that he needs. But I expected to be there all day, so I took this hat, which I was still working on, but I accidentally left the hook at home. And then thankfully I just went and grabbed some yarn. So I have like these 3 colors of the yarn bee. And I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna make, but I was like, I'll just take these with me and I'll figure something out while I'm waiting. And I ended up not having to wait as long as I thought I would, so I didn't end up doing anything with them. But I'm gonna do those for the next hat. And then why did I bring that up? I don't remember why I brought that up at all. But so we're gonna do that for the next hat. And then what? Why did I bring that up? I had another reason to bring that up. I don't know what it was. And what else I gotta work on? I guess that's it. 2 big blankets, 1 baby. Oh, I'll put a picture. So it's upstairs, so I'm not gonna bring it. But my youngest son's blanket that he asked for, I finally cast that on over the weekend. I only did like a couple of rows because I'm gonna do a mosaic. I picked a design. I don't remember what it is, but it's saved in my phone. Um, but I just only cast on a couple of rows just because I haven't. It's once you do mosaic, you got two skeins of yarn on at the same time, and it's long. It's gonna be really wide, so it's gonna be something. He's a tiny, tiny little 8-year-old, but it's something he can grow with, keep as he grows. So it's gonna be good size, and it's up in my room. I just don't feel like going up there and getting it because my husband is either watching Seinfeld or asleep. Who knows? Um, but I'll post a picture. I got all the yarn together for it. I'll put a little picture right about now ish in there. So I'm gonna try to get a couple more rows on that. At least get it, a good start on that, and we'll see. I mean, the weekends are so short, right? We got me and my husband. I'm taking him out to dinner tomorrow because back when we were dating, I don't know if you there's a restaurant called Fogo de Chao, which is it's all around America. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse. They just like bring you meat and meat, meat, meat. They have these little chips. One side is green, one side is red. As long as you have the green side up, they just keep bringing you meat. Like, yeah, filet mignon, and here we'll shave you off some pork or whatever. And it's good. It's pretty pricey, but it's a thing. So I told him back when we were dating, I was gonna take him, and then for his birthday, I think. And then when his birthday was approaching, he's like, "No, don't take me. I don't want to go. I don't want to go." That's how he is. He like gets sticker shock when it's like close to time to pay for something, and so he was like, "No, no, no, I don't want to go." But I could tell he really want to go. So right before Christmas, actually, he got my cousin's a Fogo de Chao gift card for Christmas, and he was like, at least somebody's gonna go. And I was like, look, you told me not to take you, and he was like, well, so I was like, you know what, I'll call your bluff. So I went and made a reservation like right then for Valentine's weekend. So now I gotta pay. I gotta take him out for dinner. But it should be good. It's good. Me and my friends went. He's never been. My friends and I went when I was in college. I was a broke college student. We all were. We all spent all our money. um, but it was so good. This was like, how long ago was that? Had to have been like 15 plus years. It was so good. I remember my one friend was like, "Oh, I'm gonna cry." He was just so happy, eating all this good food. It was great. I think I overdrafted my account. I thought I had enough, but I'm pretty sure a couple days later I got that phone call from Bank of America. So this time I have it in the bank. So we're gonna enjoy it and have some fun. And he told me I have to drive because he's gonna eat so much that he can't drive. So we gotta go in the city. I hate driving in the city. Um, but I'll do it for him. It's Valentine's Day. And so that's going to be half the day tomorrow. And Sunday, church. And then I guess the Super Bowl. I don't know if we'll watch. He's probably going to want to watch, but he's not going to be able to watch till the end because he's got to get up early. But we'll at least watch a bit of it. I went to college in Philadelphia, actually. If you've seen a couple of my videos, I was wearing a Drexel hoodie. That's where I went to college. So when I was living there, I'm not a fan of Philadelphia now. I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, but it's kind of it's like my second home now. So I support them as long as they're not playing against Atlanta. I try to support them. When I was there, I was like, oh, they're so insufferable. Like Philly fans, you hear they have a reputation of being really obnoxious. And they are very obnoxious. It's terrible. But, now that I don't live there, they can be as obnoxious as they want. So I'll root for them. All my, friends and former roommates are so excited. They're sending his kids to school with green hair and all this. So, for their sake, I'll root for them. I don't know if I'll watch the whole game. I still just like the commercials. I mean, I love football, but the older I get, like the less like I really feel like sitting through games unless I'm with a bunch of people um that are really into it. I think I went through this whole many years when like very few people in my life were sports fans. Like I was a huge sports fan all through my 20s, and then my 30s, nobody in my life or most people that I was around a lot were not like sports fans, specifically football fans, and so I just kind of fell off from watching sports. And now my husband, he'll watch. He likes sports and he'll watch sports, but he's not like a super fanatic of anybody. He's from New England originally, so he likes to, he likes all those teams. And then he grew up here just like I did, so he likes Atlanta teams, but he'll just watch it. If it's not a good game, if it's a blowout, he'll turn it off and go to bed. So that might be what we do. Anyway, I'll come back on a little later this week with some more substantial updates and show you like the other stuff that I didn't show you today. Hopefully I'll have another hat to show you. Hopefully I'll have more of that blanket. It's just a boring project, honestly. I did not pick well. I wish I picked better, but I'm in it now, and it's probably too late to frog it just because the baby's got to come soon. So yeah, anyway, once again, thank you for everyone that watched, and come back again. If you want to subscribe, then I'm very appreciative. There is no obligation to do so. I know I'm still pretty boring, but a thumbs up would be appreciated too. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Feel free to leave any kind of comments. I try to reply. And other than that, have a great weekend. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Have a happy Super Bowl. Have a happy day. All right. Bye.